Rising, Grand Rising. This is the Straight Talk Morning Show on the Straight Talk Network. My name is Andre Hill. I am your host. We got an exciting show. We got a wake up everybody kind of show today. We got our chairman on. Is up in Detroit. He says it's still cold up there, but we're warming up here in Tampa. What's going on, Chairman?
Oh, Grand Rising, everyone. Yeah, just still looking at this 3-eye atlas, and it's just mind-boggling. People saying one thing, and then the next minute they're saying something else. But we'll save that for the show. But I'm doing good. It's just cold, and 'tis the season. A couple more months, it'll be better.
2 months, man. People down in Florida, we freaking out over 2 weeks of cold weather. Oh my goodness. So we got Mama Kelly. She's making some adjustments. She'll be on in just a minute. Also, we have our co-host, engineer, our Aboriginal attorney. I don't know, he corrects me every time I say something wrong about that. But anyway, Andre Hill Jr., what's going on, man?
I'm good. Family, peace. What I'm saying is, not an attorney, not an Aboriginal attorney, just a Aboriginal jurist.
Okay, he corrects me every week on that. So, hey, I'll take it, man. So, while Mama Kelly gets situated, so the chairman was talking about, he's been seeing a whole lot of things that's going on. I just want to reaffirm to everybody, that are still tripping. The ETs are here, and they are here to enforce that these demons, reptilians, low frequency extraterrestrial either leave the planet or go back beneath in the subterranean parts of the world. So the only thing that's going on, the problems we have right now is that we have ignorant, low frequency humans that still wants to maintain this illusion. It's over, it's done. You don't have any backup. You don't have the technology to match up with the technology that our most high extraterrestrials are bringing here for us. So give it up. Pack up your bags. I know some of you want to go to Greenland. We won't be coming up there anytime soon. We're going to enjoy our paradise as we reclaim our planet and our dignity. So stop buying into this satanic capitalistic system. Hey, that's the way I'm talking about. So, case in point, the layoffs. Hey, man, can you bring up that article on the projected layoffs and what has already happened? Because, as I've said over and over again, as these demons and these low frequency entities realize that their illusion or spell has ended, so now they're doing like the Wizard of Oz. They got to get out of Dodge, pack up their bags, get in their balloon, and roll out of here. But look at these statistics on layoffs. U.S. government, 307,000. UPS, 78,000. Amazon, 30,000. Intel, 25,000. And on and on and on. Because, first of all, they're trying to get all the profit. They're going to switch all these systems over to AI, and they're trying to get all the profit that they can get and go build either an underground cavern city or an island. So this is what they're going to do. So you got to stop saying, I need Massa. Massa's been good to me. Stop it. Okay? So go to uaarnation.org and start the process. We're going to do your status correction. Join our nation. When you join us, you're going to tap into a frequency that's going to set you free. You don't need Massa anymore. Hey, is it a video, audio with that play?
Yeah, of course. You ready?
Yeah, hit it.
Are done, you are already behind what's coming. I'm gonna say this real slow, because some people are still pretending that everything is fine. A shift is happening in the labor market, folks, and it's a real shift. And if you don't have the knowledge for it, it's still gonna run you over. So I lost my job last year and all the hoopla, right? And every week I'm talking to somebody that either got laid off and lost their job, or they know somebody that lost their job. Whether it's government, tech, manufacturing. Y'all see all the names? It doesn't really matter, right? It's everywhere. Now, some people keep saying it's AI, it's AI, it's AI. I'm like, nope, that's not it. AI is the excuse, but profit is the actual reason why so many layoffs are happening. These companies are not choosing between you and technology. They are choosing between you and their profit margins. And every time they're going to step over your unemployed body to make those shareholders happy. And be clear, the government is not stopping it. They're leading the charge because now the mentality is profits and politics over people. And I'm just wondering how much loss America can absorb before it's not sustainable. Because rent, mortgage, groceries, insurance, all of that shit is going to collide all at the same time. So if you've been laid off, I see you, okay? And if you haven't been laid off yet, be honest. Is it feeling like any day now it could happen to you? Told.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's happening. And definitely, we have our international correspondent. She's weighing in today. She has a different Aboriginal name, but I'm going to call her Nicole one more time. Tell my all-timers clear up and I can pronounce her name. But anyway, she will be working with countries all over the world on your behalf to get you resources so you don't have to rely on massa anymore. Hey, go ahead and say hello, Nicole.
Blessings, everyone.
Yeah.
And it's Adewale.
Adewale. Okay. So, hey, hey, son, what are the immediate benefits with their status correction? Right now, if I was called in and say, I want my status correction, how much does it cost? And what are my immediate benefits other than the more numbers we have, the stronger our voice? You know, the stock market been pimping you for 400 years and not giving you a return on your dividends. What with the Aboriginal organization that we have, you're going to get dividends right away, immediately, as soon as we join in. Well, hey, man, give us a little insight on what the benefits are.
I don't know if you want to ask that question with that sales pitch like that. Right? Because I'm going to tell everybody what it is. I can't sugarcoat it. The immediate benefits of you joining a tribal government is you galvanizing with your people of like mind who are ready to build their way out of this bullshit. It's as simple as that. As far as dividends and such goes, we a lot of us are in the the various trading and stock markets. They understand that lingo in those situations better than I do, right? They understand what's happening. But the actual true tangible benefit is you're going to have a whole collective of your people who look just like you with the same phenotype, right? With the same culture, and everybody has the mindset of building their way and ascending their way into a new world other than this parasitic one. Right? I tell everybody this when you come onto the orientation for nationality. Our primary goal is land acquisition, installation of jurisdiction over our land, and probably most importantly, the building of the infrastructure for us to be completely self-sustainable. That's the major benefit. So instead of you getting up every day and dedicating and or trading all of your time for dollars that will become useless very soon, you have a collective of people who are willing to build with you, to heal with you, to incubate with you. Do you see what I'm saying? Who have an interest in your children as well. I'll tell everybody as well, I don't even have children yet, but us building this is the foundation for our future generations. This ain't about me. We'll have fun building it in the duration. Listen, I grew up in the construction field. I like building. I was building with Legos when I was 5 years old. I like to build. That's fun for me. Right, but this is for the next generations. So, as far as instrumentalities that we use right now, things regarding tax exemption and let's say tribal estate planning, which is similar but a bit different from estate planning in a capitalistic system where you basically trying to hide your assets so you make sure that they pass down to your children. On this side, we're not looking for you to try to hide your assets. We want you to be able to be comfortable with where you place them and we want to make sure that they pass on to your heirs, so your heirs can collaborate with my heirs, and they can maintain our foundation and Aboriginal culture and system. That's the benefit. But as far as any systemic financial benefits, get in here and put your get some elbow grease going, and let's make it happen. That's the benefit. Get in here and make it happen. We've, as far as quote unquote Black people, Aboriginal people in this country, we have entertained every possible market of making money. We know how to make money. That's not going to be an issue. The issue is going to be us sticking together, like Chairman says all the time, and marching forward on this journey together. That's the benefit. No more, no less. I'll land it right there.
Okay, so for the basic status correction right now, what does that cost?
It's $200.
Okay, so I went into the hardware store and auto parts store, and when I showed them ID that I'm Aboriginal, I said, we're not paying no more sales tax. We're not contributing to these invaders anymore. And they said, oh yeah, we understand. And they accommodated me. So, hey man, does that also apply if you're buying a new car too?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be circumstantial, but you can say this to any dealership. You can go in there with your tribal ID and say, hey, listen, you ain't got to pay no sales tax on selling me this car if you don't want to. Show me tribal ID. But it's going to depend on that particular dealership. They may like to pay taxes, right? They may like to because that gives them stakeholdership and say so in the surrounding community. They may like to. Some other ones may say, oh, don't worry about it. You saving me some paperwork. Go ahead. Don't even worry about the sales tax. All right. And that's going to be across the board when you're dealing with any merchant in this country. Right. But I suggest, I mean, look, we have some people who are very, in the tribe, very similar to you there, and are out there in the world who may be interested in this. Go to any merchant and stand on it. Like, look, this is my land. I ain't paying you no taxes. I'm supposed to be charging you taxes. That's it. If you approach it with that with that mind state, yeah, in most cases you may be successful with the sales tax exemption. But again, that mind state, that is something I absolutely encourage Aboriginal folks of North America. Make everybody respect your Aboriginal lineage and the fact that everybody's here benefiting and thriving based off you.
So, and if you go to an establishment and they don't want to acknowledge your Aboriginal status, just let us know what that establishment is, and we will tell our tribal members all over America, do not do business with them. We're not playing with these people anymore. It's over. The game, the spell is over. On that note, I'm getting ready to, hey, Mama Kelly, how you doing in Atlanta? Oh, you're on mute.
Wait a minute, let me take you off mute. Oh, hold on, Mama Kelly, you're on mute. There we go.
All right. Yeah, I'm very well today. Thank you. I've had some good time over this week. Let's see, our weather has been cold at night, but warm in the daytime. But I've been pretty busy just doing regular things and looking at these developments, both geopolitical, financial, and cosmic. And actually, what we're seeing, with all of these systems is that they are collapsing on themselves, going down, each and every one. The geopolitical system, the financial system, the cosmic system, the financial, everything is going down. All of the systems, every lie is being exposed. And I'm very excited about being here at this time to actually see it. I see now why I chose to come at this time, because I was given another way of looking at it. In other words, a lot of our people are not even looking at the basic changes that is like even why they lost their job. I think that if I had lost my job, which I haven't worked for anybody since 1982, if I had lost my job, I would be trying to find out what it's all about. Not just sitting there, yeah, yeah, what I'm gonna do. No, I would have to find out. And this is what I encourage people to do. So let us continue.
Well, so Mama Kelly, you were telling me about Ophiuchus, and so you and the chairman are going to be controlling the narrative today because it all ties into 3I Atlas, and that's how I open up the show that the ETs are here and they're here to enforce whatever we want. We are the nation is manifesting what we need. So tell us about Ophiuchus. Did I pronounce it right this time?
Let us allow the chairman to speak first, and then I'll come in.
Well, you're a beautiful woman. Hey, chairman, knock it out.
Okay, that sounds good. I hate to speak behind you because you have a reservoir of knowledge, But anyway, with this 3I Atlas situation, they're saying that at one time it had sped up about 340%. Now that's like 3.5 times its rotation. And that's just really not heard of, And now they're saying that it's acting like a vessel. It's saying that it's shedding its layer and they're seeing a metallic structure under it because of right now with the Hubble telescope and the James Webb, it's beaming in better on the 3I Atlas, and they've even detected that there are compartments in 3I Atlas, and that's really something, that there are some scientists that were arguing back and forth whether it was a comet or whether it was something intellectual, and now they're changing their minds, and they're actually telling you that it's a space vehicle. They're saying now there was taboo. They got on Avi Loeb about saying that maybe 40% it could be some technological unit. Now more of them are jumping on board because of there's so many anomalies that's proving otherwise that it's not a comet. Now it's been detected that it's slowing down, and then they're locked a certain beam from 3I Atlas onto Earth, and the beam is like a laser. If you shine a flashlight, it spreads out, but a beam like a laser is just one point going hundreds of thousands of miles in one direction. Is just one little object, shining through. Now, with this here happening, what do we have, that could do that? It's also said that there were recently, it was 3 satellites that spontaneously were hit by 3I Atlas and disabled. Now that's really something, to occur from one vehicle, 3 beams of light going out, knocking out these satellites. And I'm quite sure they were really meticulous on which satellites they wanted to take out, but they're just letting us know the power that they have and that they're here, and that we got to get our act together. They've gotten the military involved now with this Space Force. They put on a higher alert, like they thinking that it's coming down to interrupt our lifestyle, and they don't want anyone interrupting what they got going on planet Earth because they got it going on. They got us all slaved mentally, physically, and spiritually in some cases, But they even like this kinetic energy that came from 3I Atlas, it broke up in about 140 pieces they had determined. And they said that they just couldn't understand how it did what it did. And Cuckoo or Keku, he said that it was a cloud like that had a pollen like image that it was releasing, and that it kept its form after it was released from Three Eye Atlas. Now, what kind of cloud that you can release that would keep its order? Like, okay, it blew up a balloon and all of a sudden this balloon just started floating and didn't change, it didn't dissipate. It moved on, so there's so much going on. But what I'm happy about is that there are more scientists and astronomers that are saying that it's probably a spaceship, an advanced spaceship, and it's here to check on its kinfolk. Okay, well,
Well,
I'll
they do the false flag. Well, not the false flag, but anyway, they want to say it's an alien invasion, and they come in to invade. No, they come to get you, put you in check.
yeah, exactly. Because like I say, the anomalies that are happening, they even determine that there's a red light, then it turned to blue and white. These colors changing like that, something's going on. People got to wake up and recognize,
And the Pentagon has no technology to match them, so they can get together and have a kumbaya all they want, but they can't touch this technology. Okay, all right, Chairman.
All right, I'll land this plane and listen to Mama Kelly.
I thought we were landing UFOs now.
Well, UFOs.
Hey, Mama Kelly, come on and enlighten us with this thing, because I know you went to the center of the universe. You're such a scholar and an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you. Well, Chairman pretty much has covered, but there are some things, because on a particular podcast on the 11th of November last year, just about 3 months ago now, or 2 months ago, there was a very special transmission from now they are pretty much uniformly admitting that this is a conscious object, not a comet. Okay, because it can't be a comet. What it's doing it is not a comet. A comet is a rock with maybe dust and water, foam, and stuff coming from its tail, but it's basically a rock. It doesn't change colors, emit light, shine like a mirror, or even send messages. And this is what Three Eye Atlas has been doing. It has been sending messages in mathematical form, whereby, all things are math. Everything's mathematics. And so if a certain, because that's the reason why we're sitting right here. Somebody sat down and figured out the code, one of our sisters or brothers, because we are the ones who actually engineered all technology, all of it, and everybody else took credit for it and took all the money. All right, that has been and continues to be created from our knowledge, mathematical knowledge of numbers that can be actually translated into waves that can be translated into images. And so this is what they did. It sent mathematical formulas out, which the astronomers were able to translate into images. And so on the 11th of November, Three Eye Atlas sent images out for 340 7 seconds intervals. And when that was decoded, they found out that the image that was being sent, was traveling from the center of the universe, from the galactic center. You know that the galactic center is where, for us, our Milky Way is formed. And so the messages, the image that Three Eye Atlas was sending in mathematical images, the image that was translated was showing us where what our galaxy looked like, and our galaxy, of course, is the Milky Way. What it looked like at the time of the Big Bang, which they're saying is 13 billion years ago. So that was the first image that they were sending out. Okay, and then they sent some, they were quiet for a little while, and then Three Eye Atlas, when it came back, it had lost 13 seconds. And so how the astronomers looked at that was, oh, okay, it was thinking then. All right. And so the next system of the next forms that were created through the imaging that Three Eye Atlas sent out was a certain geometrical forms, so it's letting the people know, the astronomers and the mathematicians here, let them know that, okay, I'm sending you things that so that that we understand who you are and where you are at this time. Now, this place from which this image and Three Eye Atlas came is from the oldest part of the universe. And of course, this is coming from the oldest part of the universe, which is where we find the 13th zodiac sign, which is Ophiuchus. That several years ago, Ophiuchus was discussed quite a bit because people were saying, well, that should be our 13th zodiac sign. I think this discussion probably came up around 2012 when it was the end of the Mayan calendar. And so so since then, and of course, knowing that this image, or even Three Eye Atlas itself, is coming from the oldest part of the universe, one of the messages that they sent to us is that we're not ready. We're not ready ourselves to join as far as this whole entire planet is concerned. We're not ready to join the galactic family because we've got some not too nice guys out here on this planet who are in charge. And so it's all about, hey, y'all got to ascend. In other words, you must move forward. And one thing that I do want to comment on what Brother Terrence was saying, about the red colors, white color, blue color. Who uses red, white, and blue? Okay. So they wanted us to know, and even European Union's colors are red, white, and blue. Did you know that? Most of their flags are red, white, and blue. Well, what about the indigenous people? We're yellow, green, red. and sometimes black.
Right.
Yes.
Yellow, green, red, and black. Those are our colors. Very few, unless there's a colonizer's a flag, very few actually Aboriginal people have red, white, and blue in their flag as dominant colors. But let's get back to what Three Eye Atlas is saying, or was saying to us. But I did want to make sure that we looked at what the message was or is that we talking about these people. We ain't talking about y'all. Okay?
Okay.
Those colors. All right. And so the next image, one of the next images that was sent out was an image of the human brain. Okay? And so what it was trying to tell us is that, hey, we know everything about you. And what we are and what we are bringing forth to you is to let you know that what you are seeing and calling interstellar object, this is the brain of the universe.
Yes.
So Three Eye Atlas itself is an ancient brain.
Wow.
And it has come to elevate us, those who are ready. Only those who are ready. We can be right here and have a house full of folks sitting around. And there could be one person who's already entered into the fifth dimension. Not necessarily, all the rest, but we can still be here. You see? And so what it is announcing is that the Christ consciousness, this is what, the coming of the Christ? Yes. The Christ consciousness.
Absolutely.
And this is what we're aiming for. And we realize that we really have to, come together and be ourselves. We have been so taken away from our true identity that we don't know where to start to get back to ourselves. One thing we have to do is reject all of that crap that's out there trying to distract us.
Absolutely.
And as you guys say, I'll land that plane right here.
Hey, well, that was a 747 load full of plane, full of
That
knowledge.
was a nice ride too.
So, Mama Kelly, I need you to. I tell people this story. I had open heart surgery 2 years ago, and my mindset was before the surgery, these humans on this planet, they're not ready, and so I'm signing up. I was signing up with the Most High. Just give me a ship. I'll come back and sterilize the planet, and so they took me into a zone and basically said, you don't have the authority to do that, and you need to go back and finish your assignment. But they gave us the formula on how we're going to come together, and it was the star seeds have to come together. They already know the assignment. We have to demonstrate by example, manifest, and then by the ripple effect, everybody else will come on board. That was the formula. And then I said, well, okay, I'm gonna put it out there and the best to my ability. And then if they don't take it this time, I go get my ship. So that's my mentality. And I'm a benevolent soul. Imagine the other beings out there that are saying, if you all don't get it this time, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You got to come back and do this all over again. So anyway, all right. Hey, Mama Kelly, that was a mouthful. So keeping it moving on, and we're gonna circle back around that. You got anything you want to say to the people in DC? This is our international correspondent. So any nation out there that's watching this show, get in touch with her. Go to our website and say, I want to get with the international correspondent. Because we want to exchange with this growing nation of Aboriginal people. Just send her a message.
No, I don't have anything to say. You already know. I'm just excited.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting. We've been ready. Y'all come on.
All right. All right. So, hey, Junior, you got you found this video with Oprah, and I ran across one too, and this is the kind of the root of our problem here on this planet. You want to elaborate on that one?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna play it first. I'm gonna play it and you know, see what we all think about it. I mean, I have you know, my you know, I guess I want to say indifference, meaning I ain't surprised, but also too, you know, when we hear of things like this, it makes me wonder about the majority of humans who hear stuff like this. Mind you, this what Dad was saying. This was a show on Oprah, meaning everybody heard this. I'm trying to figure out, why didn't we all respond? And I don't mean us on the panel. I mean just humanity in general, at least us in the United States. When we saw this, why didn't we respond accordingly? But let's check it out and see.
It's definitely, after I watched it, definitely the root.
This is, does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? Things. You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to, you know...
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not, or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back.
Anyway, so you witnessed the sacrifice?
Right. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What are you sacrificing for?
For power.
Uh-huh. Power.
Yeah. And your commentary on that one?
Man, well,
Yeah, I'd like to comment, if I may.
Go ahead, Mom Phil.
go ahead.
Look, okay. They always put everything in your face. 1989, very few of us were conscious of or even looking at the metaphysical world, especially the dark side of the metaphysical world. Now, and so when our people saw that, they either did not understand and just dismissed it like they're doing today. They're still dismissing a lot of things that are in our faces right now. And it's true that the people whom this particular person was, because you can't say their name, you know that. It's true. Their Messiah is Lucifer, Satan, Moloch, Baal. Okay? And you could call it the devil, whatever. There's all kind of names.
You got that right.
And it is very true that they sacrifice for power. And this is why we have so many children missing from our communities. Children and young women, because they want to use our young women for reproducing themselves, and they've even put it on TV, TikTok, you know, how they plan to do that, to save themselves by using our women. Okay? And so Oprah has she's introduced a whole lot of demonic stuff in our face. I guess when because somebody's helping her, and of course, you don't make $1 billion here until they approve, and they'll take it away right away. And if you don't perform like sacrificing that baby, I'm talking about babies. Sometimes it can be a little older, But if you don't do that, you don't get that big. And then another one of ours, and I had direct contact with this particular one, is the founder of what's that TV one? Kathy Hughes.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew her back in the day when she was operating in on 11th Street there in DC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You remember when she had that old Victorian she started? In that old Victorian, it was at 11th, and I forget exactly. But Brother Bay's health food store was right across the street, and that's how we got to know her and being interviewed on her station quite a bit. But and do you remember what did they call him? Somebody of God, John of God. Oprah put that out too. Do you know what he was doing? He had a bunch of women, young girls, having babies by him, which were to be sacrificed.
Oh.
And she promoted him on her show, and told by everybody, oh, look at this holy man. So that's Oprah for you. And you don't get that $1 billion unless you do that deed. And you don't get out of it. Okay, I'm sure someone else has something to say.
Chairman, you want to dial in on that one?
Was that John of God from South America?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
And
I remember that.
I mean, he had so many young girls pregnant at one time. Oprah knew all this, and of course, she had that school in South Africa where they took those girls as well and start into trafficking. And so this is how they keep power.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how they keep that power, because even today there are many of us who don't want to face these facts. We don't want to face it. Oh, I don't want to hear about that. No, I'm having a hard time. I'm just trying to pay my bills.
Yes. Yes. P. Diddy.
Hey man, cue up that other video, because what basically the primary objective of this show is the awakening process. Some of you, we can give you a cup of coffee, you'll wake up. But some of you, we got violently, wake up, this train is getting ready to hit you. And that's out of love. That's every soul on this panel is a benevolent soul. And our mission and our purpose is to serve you. But, we're putting it out there and we're going to expand on it. Go ahead and hit it, man.
Little girls so the Jews can screw America. That's what's happening in this country. I just said it. That's what's going on in this country. And our FBI is corrupt. The Supreme Court is corrupt. The Justice Department is corrupt. The news media is corrupt. The whole country is corrupt. Because we've walked away from Almighty God and we've allowed Kabbalah practicing Jews to defile the nation. Put that video out. Go ahead and clip this video and send it out. I dare you. You won't do it because you're scared that the truth may get out to the American people. I'm had it up to here with the corruption in this country. Little children being raped for the benefit of Israel. That's all it's about, Doc. Little American children being raped for the benefit of Israel. American politicians raping little American girls to be videotaped by Israeli Mossad so that Israel can blackmail American politicians. That's the state of America today. In our
Hey, now that's coming directly out of the mouths. So, you know, to all of our Aboriginal people, every time you go to work and you pay taxes, and when they take taxes out of your check, it's going to these demons, you know. And so there are options. When you acquire your Aboriginal status, you can opt out of that and invest back into your babies in infrastructure, banks, food processing plants, clothing plants, everything. We don't need to be complicit to these demons. Opt out of it. And those of you Aboriginal people, you know, you signed that blood contract. I understand you did it under duress, but you're gonna have to pay the piper as you back out of it. But we have people on our team that can help you spiritually, you know, to break away from that contract, because you did it under duress. Most of you. Now, the ones that didn't do it under duress, I don't know what to say for you. I can't help you. But that is the state of planet Earth right now. That is the state, and the part about they grinding up the bodies and using them in certain restaurants, man, that's even more hideous. But yeah, Mom Kelly, you know, we're winding out here. Did you got any other comments on that one?
Yeah, we have to move together. And I would invite elder women, you know, to lead that charge and contact me directly, you know, because I think that we need to have some really, some tete-a-tete, as they say. We got to put our heads together, because there has to be a solution. Too many of our people, you know, are inundated with pain and injury, and are actually living, you know, a very poor life because of what this engineered illness that is brought on, especially to our elders, from the medical industry, taking those prescription drugs. And so we have to find a way, and there has to be a way. You know, it's all about us using all of our faculties, including intuition. Pay attention, because that is where the info comes from. Intuition. As 3i Atlas said, or the messages that came through 3i Atlas, the whole cosmos is conscious. Consciousness is woven into the cosmos. That's why we can actually access the Akashic records, because it's the whole cosmos is made up of consciousness. And so it's our choice. And I'll end that plane.
Hey, Mom, go ahead, Chairman.
Yeah, I'm looking at this $3 trillion that's been lost out of the Pentagon. That's enough money to educate everybody on this planet. We'd have a heaven on earth physically, visually, spiritually. I mean, it's all here for us, but we got to come together.
Can I comment? When you said $3 trillion,
yes,
that reminded me, just before 9/11, it was announced that the Pentagon had lost $3 trillion.
Right.
So we're in a loop.
Cover
They're
up.
coming back. So what is the next 9/11? That's what it tells me.
We've got to prevent it.
So
You know, the system has to fall.
Yes.
I don't know how it's going to fall, but it has to. The whole thing. And we have to be ready to support each other and ourselves. That's what we're trying to get to right now.
well, Mama Kelly, what I want to do is second that statement you made just a few seconds ago, that to the older sisters. So, and I preach this too. We have some powerful administrative sisters, and it took us a while, but we got them now. And now that they're in, the war is over. It's technically over. We just got to do the cleanup here. But to those older sisters, we have young sisters that's ready to move, ready to step up to the plate. And so we need you to get involved. You don't have to know all the metaphysical things. The fact that you have survived 50, 60, 70, 80 years on this planet is a testament in itself. So come in, get contact. Mom Kelly, you want to give them a direct number or contact, or you want them to come through UAAR? Well, come, yeah. We want to keep her safe. Just go through UAARnation.org. Say you want to get in touch with Mama Kelly. We'll set up a special Zoom meeting for a conference. But for the older sisters, I know you're tired. I know you're taking care of your grandbabies and your great grandbabies. And these kids ain't getting it. You're gonna keep taking care of them until you drop off into the grave. So get involved. Come and get involved with UAAR. Lend us your knowledge, your support. If you got land, you don't have a trust in place, we can put it in place so that your children can manage it. We'll show them how to manage it. I mean, it's all here for you. But when your older sisters mature, not older, take it. When your mature sisters get involved, it's already a wrap, because we got some young female warriors, man, and they gonna be kicking butt. But when the mature sisters, the elders, that help make the decision, this organization has a matriarchic infrastructure. We know as men, we don't want to do anything without our women. We're not gonna play them hard coy games like we don't need. Yeah, we need you. We need you. And we need you to come in, write curriculums. We need you to teach. You gave birth to all humanity. And you're the first nurturers, the first teachers, you're everything. So the men that's coming into our organization, we are teaching them to build and protect our community. That's their program. That's the program we download. We ain't playing games. When you come in here, pull your pants up, pull up your elbows, your shirt sleeves, and get ready. Let's work. Let's build for our community. And there's some technology that 3I Atlas has got holding in a holding pattern. All the technology we need to get rid of these demons and this antiquated technology, we got it. It's ready to be downloaded to us so that we can enjoy our planet. So the Most High, when they sent me back, because they could have honored my request, let me go on and sterilize the planet, but no, they have some love and benevolence. They want to give you another chance. So let's take advantage of that chance. Hey, any closing statements? Because we at the hour, right?
Almost. I want to say this to the brothers, because as recently, as Mama Kelly said, the intuition, which I believe, just based on the observation, a lot of men on the planet in general, but especially Aboriginal men, we need to tap into that. We need to tap into our own intuition so we can further our imagination and our vision on what type of new world we're going to build. Otherwise, and this is what I've been getting downloads on, and I think it's feasible. Otherwise, you are going to convince the feminine energy on this planet that you ain't worth birthing no more. Now, mind you, I'm saying this as me. I understand, you know, growing up in this society, you know, as men, we've been conditioned a certain way on how to interact with our women counterparts. And, you know, you've got a body of testosterone that you were not taught on how to manage. And so you, at whatever age you at, trying to figure out how it works. But all of the images in front of you are teaching you conquest and destroy. But it ain't got to be like that. I'll say this: I don't have those type of experiences with our women that most men are complaining about, just simply because I have a true, genuine love for our women, and I like to build too. That's another thing. But I believe y'all are making it entirely too difficult. The interaction and the intimacy with women entirely too difficult on yourselves. And most women that I know, seeing as I have a natural benevolence towards our women, they come tell me about y'all all the time. They tell me about all the different experiences and how much that don't have a confidence in masculine energy. This is one of the reasons we're having a conversation about reinstalling the matriarch again. I'm gonna say this to you, fam. See, I don't have a problem with women. I mean, listen, my point is this. If women say, all right, we're gonna stop birthing so many men, because mind you ain't gonna get here no other way. Right? I ain't got no issue with it. I have no problem with being reincarnated into a planet where the majority is women. Because I don't have a problem with women. But I understand, but I'm a man. I'm talking to y'all man. And only men can understand this. We understand. Our whole function is to do what we need to do and then reproduce so we can go into the future. That's the whole point of sperm. All right. But you have to have an agreement with the feminine energy. The feminine energy has to sign off on that with you. But y'all not convincing enough. Right. And I don't mean manipulating. I mean, you're not genuinely convincing enough from a universal law and natural law perspective that women need to be birthing y'all. The majority of you. Saying all of that to say this. Make it a point, make it a goal, make it a mission that you vibrate higher, start to revere and understand the feminine energy within yourself. I mean, I don't mean, you know, girly energy. We're talking about just the natural balance of the universe of masculine and feminine energy. It's within all of us. We have that balance. But a lot of men are just unbalanced there. And you're not understanding what it's going to take for you to exist any further if you are not in agreement and in harmony with the feminine principles. I'm gonna land it here because we right on the hour. But if you don't do that, then essentially what you're saying is you support this system that is sacrificing babies, producing medium instruments in order to trade for your time. In other words, money. Money is not what's going to, you know, afford you a beautiful life on this planet. It's like we just showed you a video of billionaires who just got taken down. That's not going to give you the heaven on earth that you think you're looking for. All right. I'm gonna land this UFO right here.
Go ahead, you land that UFO and close the show out, man. That was, we can leave it on that note alone. Powerful enough.
This has been the Straight Talk Radio Show. I appreciate every single body on the panel. A great show. Family out there, we love y'all as always. Peace and love. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Conversation piece.